What's up, guys? Welcome back to the live stream. Dave's RC, Total Line, episode 49, you guys. Like, we're literally like only like two more, or actually, we're one more. We're one more live stream away from doing our 1 year, you guys, because we missed. There was 2 times where we missed Total Line altogether. So, I mean, I technically wasn't going to count those weeks, but I mean, literally, it has been a year since I started. So, one more show, guys, and then the show after that will be our 1 year anniversary of Total Line, which is awesome. I didn't expect that I would stick with it. The reason I have stuck with it the way I have is it's because of you guys. I mean, you guys show up every Friday, so I keep doing the show. If you guys, it's all about you guys. If you guys weren't here and you guys didn't support the show or for whatever reason, then I wouldn't have continued with it. But from day one, I mean, you guys have been awesome. With the help of Pilot Ryan and him broadcasting me and him putting my name out there, and the rest of you guys that have your shows as well, you guys putting my name out there and telling people about me and your shows during your live streams. Well, that's what keeps us going, guys. Supporting one another. I saw Ryan put out a new video. I haven't watched it yet because my phone's kind of wacky, and it works sometimes, and sometimes it doesn't work. Sometimes it does work until I get the screen fixed, which everything's closed right now, you guys. So there's literally no places open that actually fix phones. So Eric Rogers, who's also in here, he's also my lead moderator in here. Helps me out with a ton of shit, you guys. He's going to kind of help me and coach me on how to fix the screen myself. And I'll probably save myself a ton of money in the process. Whoa, what? Kayla, what? You did not just do what you didn't do what I think you just did you? What? I'm not going to say it out loud. Was that you? What? You want me to say it out loud while the stream's going? Did you leave something behind out here as you went in there? Oh no, she says. Ha ha ha, Kayla. That's awful. I can't believe that just came out of you. Thank you, by the way. I appreciate it. Nothing. I said thanks for leaving that behind for me. I said I appreciate it. So yeah, I was just looking at you guys' comments in the chat. I think somebody said they had 5 girls, and I believe Eric's got 3 or 4 girls. And I'm pretty sure RC Weaven, aka Josh Weaven, or Josh Weaver, has 2 or 3 girls himself. So I know what it was like raising one girl. They're easy when they're little. Well, they're easier. You guys that have young girls, you guys don't understand this part yet. But I'm telling you right now, they are daddy's little girl until they turn about 15 years old. As soon as they turn 15, I'm saying freshmen, by the end of their freshman year, start of their sophomore year, hang it up, guys. Hang it up. It's like they forgot who you were. And it literally feels like they're not your little girls anymore. And it's harder to raise a girl when they get older. The boy, he gets easier. Give him a PSN card and some freaking SpaghettiOs with meatballs and some freaking macaroni and cheese, and just leave him to his video games, and he's fine, dude. I'm telling you right now, boys, I've in my experience, are way easier than girls the older you get. The boys, they're stubborn and little shitheads when they're younger. And where the little baby girls want to impress daddy, all the boy wants to do is make your dad miserable. So yeah, it's you guys with 3 girls, 5 girls. Oh my God, man. I think Mike or Spencer. Enjoy them now, because if you think you have it bad right now, wait until they're 15. and 16 years old. Not unless they are. Not unless they are actually that old, Spencer. I don't know. I don't know how old your girls are. But holy shit, man. All I know is that Daddy's little girl, it almost seemed like overnight, was like, where's my baby girl at? What did you, and I grab her and I shake her. What did you do with my baby? Where is she? Like, I honestly thought I had an imposter living in my house. You know, like, what did you do with my daughter? Yeah, just, I feel for you guys. I was fortunate enough to have a mix, a 50-50 bunch, man. You know, I got equal amount of boys as I do girls, and I do have quite a few kids. And but these two knuckleheads, I have 100% of the time. And I couldn't ask for better kids, to be honest with you. I really couldn't. I mean, they're not hard. They're not hard on me. They're pretty easy on me. I'm not a big no dad. You know, I'm not, like, I've gone over this before in streams in the past. I'm not a big dad that's like, no, no, no. I don't say no a lot. I let them learn from their own mistakes. Like, unless it's something that I know that they're going to go out and they're going to get themselves in some trouble and it might cause them harm. Sure, go ahead. Go ahead and do it. Go ahead and try it. You know, the last thing that you want to do is become one of those no parents, because they start to fucking rebel. And then once they start rebelling, they start distancing themselves from you. And you don't want that. You don't ever want that to happen. It's hard to bring them back once you've knowed them away. So what you do is you say, yes, go ahead. Monitor the situation and, you know, be observant and be on top of it. And, you know, make sure that she's got her phone, make sure that she's got her app on where I can see where she's at. I haven't really dealt with that with my son. All he wants to do is sit in his room and play video games. So for right now, until his hormones start going, I don't have to worry about him right now. That's another day. My daughter, on the other hand, I've just learned with her, and by watching the other parents around this neighborhood fail, literally fail, like no bullshit, fail. All their kids are always over at my house daily, or at least once or twice a week, crying their eyes out because their parents have done something to upset them. Why are my kids not running around the neighborhood crying to other people's parents? Well, first off, I'm not a big, like I said, a no person. I'm not going to tell the kids no, 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 no. Sure, go ahead. And then make your own decision on it. And then usually what happens is, if I say yes, so there was the whole vape thing, the whole vaping thing, the whole smoking thing. I said, I would rather my daughter do the vaporizer thing than actually smoke cigarettes. If I say no to this, then there's a potentially, if I say no to the vape, she could be smoking cigarettes. And I don't want her smoking cigarettes. And this is just doesn't go for my daughter. This goes for anybody's daughter. And Kayla, unless you want to come sit down next to me and say hi to people in the stream, stay out of my stream. So I said, go ahead, you know, do the vaporizer. You want to do the vaporizer? And she's actually quit a couple of times doing it. So I'm hoping that my decision on doing it the way I did, first, it kept her away from cigarettes, which is something that I don't ever want her to get into. And she's not like massively addicted to the freaking vaporizer either. I mean, she uses it less and less the more I see her. So let me check the chat. Maybe you think you just want. They do, Dave. You just don't know it. They do what? Wait a minute. Hold on. Did I miss something? Where's James Nash? There was a comment when I spread on YouTube. Selling eggplant. All have people here. I did see Motion RC. What's up, Pterodactyl? How you guys doing? I'm just going through the chat real quick. No, Bill. So yeah, here's the thing, man. She doesn't. I mean, honestly, if you guys were able to take my daughter and sit down and talk with her, there's not a lot of negative stuff she could say about me or her mother. We're just, I mean, all the kids around here, they want to come live with me. They want to know why their parents are so strict and why their parents are like mean. And it's not, the kids automatically think it's their fault. It's not really. You just have a dick for a parent. I'm sorry, that's all there is to it. You just have a wound up tightwad as a parent, and there's nothing really more I can say about it. Or absentee parents. There's a couple of my daughter's friends. Their parents are just, addicted to drugs and just not a part of their kids' lives. And then the parents will come back and want to feel like they have some authority in their life. And that's the one I get the most. That's the one that I get the most. I get one particular girl over here bawling her eyes out because her dad wants to come back into her life after being absent for 10, 12, 13, 14 months, and wants to start bossing her around and ordering her around and stuff. And it's not really fair. It's not fair for that because, she's doing just fine without her parents there. There's no reason for her parents to have to alter the situation. They're just making it worse on her. But if you took my kid or one of these kids, Kyle, you want to say hi? You can just say hi. You don't have to be seen. Like these people don't know who you are. You want to go shake the camera, yes? Up and down? Yeah, you can do that. Go ahead. My shy but not shy son. Say hi, Kyle. Oh, there he is, guys. There's Kyle. That's Kyle's way of saying hi. If you guys don't know who Kyle is, you guys are new to the channel. Kyle is typically my camera guy. And that's how he answers yes and no questions. Kyle, are you going to get something to eat right now? Shit, I got to make this a yes or no. Are you going to get something to drink right now? Are you going to steal my Pepsi? Are you going to ask me for something? Would you like some money? Nice. But yeah, Kyle's usually my cameraman. He's not really shy, but he is shy when it comes to cameras and stuff like that. He doesn't like being on camera. Doesn't like anything to do with it. Who saw the cat? Shadow, did you see the cat? Which way did he go? Did he go that way or that way? He'd steal my... Bro, okay. That's where I draw the line, Shadow. You could call me a mother effer. You could slap me in the face. You could shit in my Wheaties, bro. But don't be taking my Pepsi. Don't be stealing my cherry Pepsi, man. I mean, I'm gonna have to start passing out some Colombian neckties. He went that way. You better stay that way too, punk ass cat. I'm actually gonna, that's a good question. Kyle's probably never gonna fly one of these RC planes. Can I help you? Kyle. Yeah. The whole reason I took care of you before I started the stream was so we didn't do this. Why are we doing this right now? You're worse than the kids. You are worse than the kids. I will go get the cat and have him attack you. Go lay down. Come on. Come on. Go on there. Go down and sit down. All right. Up. Yeah, no, that's good. That's good. Now keep it right there because the guys in the chat are monitoring the cat. The cat keeps sneaking back and forth, and he worries me. So yeah, what do we got? Kyle's a football player. Hey, yeah, Kyle is a football player. So Kyle, as an 8th grader, was out of all 8th graders in the state of Maine, was the best offensive tackle in the state. Like, there's no one better at offensive tackle than that big giant mofo right there. When I used to practice with him, Like, I don't know what's going to happen this year with the coronavirus in school. I don't know what's going to happen for next year, but he is going to be playing football this year. I don't know if I'll be coaching because now it's high school, and the high school coaches kind of just have their own kind of tight-knit crew, which works for them. So if the only reason I coached Kyle was because, well, first off, because I love football, and the fact that I got to coach my son playing football was like a dream come true. It's every father's dream if you guys are football fans, to eventually one day coach your son. And not only was I a good coach to my son, but those kids respected the hell out of me, man. Like, at the end of the year, when they're calling off coaches' names, they would say this coach, this coach. As soon as my name was called off, you should see those kids jump up out of their chairs, screaming and hollering, hooting and hollering, yelling Dave's RC, throwing up peace signs and stuff. I mean, those kids responded to me more than any other. And it's because of the type of coaching style I have. I'm like really, really, really easy on the kids, where the other coaches can be a little hard on them and kind of break the kids down. The problem is when you break down a kid at that age, you have to build them back up too. You can break them down by criticizing them, but at the same time, in the same sentence, you also want to let them know what they've done well. You don't want to just say, "God damn it, you fucking suck. You fucking did this wrong. You did that wrong." And, well, the difference between me and the other coaches is I'll bust them down and let them know that they've done something wrong without yelling at them. First off, I never raise my voice to the kids. The only time I raise my voice as a coach on the football field or during a game is when we're scoring or we have a big play. I'm yelling and screaming, just excited for the kids that they've done well. But when you break the kid down and you tell them what they've done wrong, now you got to tell them something that they did right during it all. Even if they didn't do anything right, figure something out. Figure it out. You know, whether it was their composure or whether it was their concentration or their focus, you got to mention something that they've done good with all the bad. Because if you beat them down, you're going to lose them. You're going to freaking lose them, especially at that age, 7th, 8th, 9th graders. You're going to lose them. They're way too ready to rebel at that age, and they do, and they will rebel. Unfortunately, some of the kids aren't going to come back and play football next year and are choosing to go to different schools because of some of the coaching. And I'm not here to say yay or nay of it. I just had like 4 or 5. I think there was like 6 or 7 of the football players that showed up to my house. They actually all came down as a group and knocked on the door because I didn't coach last year and Kyle didn't play football last year. And there was a reason for all that. First off, he needed a year off and so did I. We both needed to take the year off. We didn't want the same situation from the year before to happen again. Not to mention, we were worried about his health, his head. And so anyways, a bunch of the kids came down and we're like, well, if you're not going to coach next year, Dave, then, you know, I'm not going to play football. Well, don't let me being a coach, you know, make that decision for you. You play football because you want to play football. And a couple of those kids were like, no, Dave, or no, coach, we play football because you coach. Like, you guys, that's flattering as shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you guys wouldn't even play football if it weren't for me coaching. Nope. They're like, I'm not going to coach. Or if I don't coach next year, or if I'm not a coach next year, they're not playing. One kid's already threatening to go to a different school and quit football altogether. And he's like one of our best players if I don't coach next year. So I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen, but bottom line is when you're coaching a kid, you can break them down. You can tell them what they did wrong, but at the same time, you also have to mention things that they did well. You have to mention things that they did good. It can't all be negative. It can't be, or you're just going to lose those kids, man. You're going to lose them. Come on, go. Get out of my arse. Go. I'm going to put some more spots on your ass, boy. I swear to God, you're going to fall asleep. You're going to wake up with a mustache. Yeah, I just saw the cat again. I saw him out of the corner. Hey, what are you, go. Come on, what are you doing? Go. You're not going to go in there in Kyle's room. I'm telling you that right now. He's going to boot you out of there so quick. Lay down. Come on. Hey, Lay down. Come on. What I need to do is get a long leash for outside so I can put him outside so he can. Yeah, he is a funny dog, man. He really is. He's a good dog, though. He's just, every time I put the camera out here, I used to do this in my room, in the RC room, but it's so packed full of planes right now that I can't do it from in there anymore. Not to mention I got rid of the table. So I had to start doing it here in the den. And every time I do it in the den, he's like confused. He doesn't know what the hell's going on. He's like, why is that computer out? What is this thing here? Why are you telling me to go away? Because usually I don't tell him to go away. I don't tell him to go lay down. I don't push him away. And he's kind of wondering why I'm doing that. But treat that kid the way you want to be treated. Dude, I'm telling you right now that you will get way better responses out of your children if you are just more laid back. You may think that you're doing the right thing by saying no. But I'm telling you right now, you also are doing the wrong thing because there are lessons to be learned in life. And if you tell them no, that's only going to intrigue them a little bit more and make them do it behind your back. You don't ever want your children doing something behind your back. You always want to know what your children are doing. So if you tell them, no, I don't want you doing vape. No, I don't want you smoking this. No, I don't want you doing that. They're just going to go do it behind your fucking back anyways, man. And then potentially they could get, somebody could give them something that's laced or somebody that, so if you allow it and monitor it yourself, not only are you're seeing what's happening, you're seeing what they're intaking, what they're doing. Kyle hasn't gotten to that age yet. He hasn't gotten to that level of, he doesn't give a shit. He just wants his PSN cards, his freaking goddamn Doritos, and his fucking PlayStation, and he's fine. The girls change quickly though. Right at about 14 or 15 years old, they go from being your little girl to, well, they know everything and they're ready to go out and move out on their own and they can pay their own way. And it's kind of funny listening to, but at the same time, they're serious as shit. They think that they could actually go make it with their boyfriends or whatever. So yeah, guys, you lose them quick. Like I've watched so many of these parents around here with the same age daughter as I have. Their parents are way older than me though. Like I'm probably the youngest father around here. Me and my wife, we're the youngest parents around here that have kids this age. We're young. We had our kids young. We had them very young. I think I was 21 and Hannah wasn't even she wasn't even 20 yet. So I'm 38 now. I got a 17-year-old daughter that graduates next year. She's got a boyfriend. He's an okay kid. I actually just took him out the other day. We were shooting off the AR-15 with the new scope and stuff. But I haven't lost my daughter like the rest of these parents have lost their daughters around here. First off, because a lot of these kids around here have absent fathers. There's no fathers in their lives. A kid has to have a father in its life. You can't just have a mom there, especially when you have a boy and a girl. There has to be a boy there for the boy, and there has to be a girl there for the girl. You can't have absentee fathers. You can't be an absent father. That's number one. And that's mostly the problem with a lot of these kids around here. Josh, see you later, buddy. Thanks for coming in. Josh Weaven, man. I think he's got 2 or 3 girls, little ones too. They're little. So yeah, man, I feel for all you guys that have girls right now that are young. Enjoy them. Relish in the fact that they are young and they haven't gotten to that point. But I'm telling you right now, you guys, when they hit 14 and 15 years old, I'll be waiting for your phone call. I'll be waiting for you to call. Just don't be a no parent, because no parents get nowhere. I'm telling you, you know them. They're just going to do it behind your back anyways, and they could also get themselves in a lot of trouble and harm themselves by intaking or doing something that you're not monitoring because you said no. And if you tell them no, as a child, they're going to be terrified. They're going to be terrified to let you know anything about it because you said no. And when dad says no or mom says no, usually that means, we mean that. So, estrogen. Estrogen is a hell of a drug. Yeah, it really is. Boy, they just it seems like one night they're adolescent, their minds are still juvenile, they're innocent, and then the next day, oh, I got a boyfriend. Oh, and if we moved out right now, we could take care of ourselves with their minimum wage jobs. Yeah. So my daughter's not that stupid. She's not naive. She's not ignorant. She understands. She understands simple thinking, and I'm glad to have a daughter that is able to understand that. But at the same time, she does her schoolwork. She's good in school. She does like 3 or 4 different sports. I mean, constantly staying busy with sports. She'd be doing tennis right now or softball, tennis or softball. But she does basketball. I mean, she's into every sport possible. She does well in school. The last thing that I'm going to do is when she asks me to do something, or if she has some little habit that she wants to try, go ahead, make your own decision. And then when you find out it's gross and it's a nasty habit and you'll end up disliking it on your own. And a lot of the times, there's been a few times where I've said, go ahead and do whatever. She's done it and she's regretted it. And that's where the positivity comes into all this. What's up, Deuce? What's going on, man? Contest winner in the house. Speaking of Deuce's Wild, so enough about the kids. You guys, I'll be waiting for all you guys that have young kids, young daughters. I'll be waiting for that phone call when they turn 14 and 15 years old, asking for some advice. And I'll be here for you guys if you guys have questions. If you guys want to know what I did, or your daughter does something, you're like, David, did your daughter ever do that? Yeah, she did that. Well, what did you do in that situation? I'll tell you exactly what I did. And it's probably going to be a lot of, not saying no. Just, oh my God, you tell a girl no. You tell a teenage girl no. Just go hang yourself. Because you'll never live it down. What did he say? What did Dave's RC? Oh, so Deuce's Wild sent me something the other day, and I couldn't see it right away. I couldn't watch it right away. I have to wait for my phone to stop going through its spaz. It spazzes out. Basically, what it does is the screen starts doing all this funky stuff when I open it up, and I can't read it. I can't do anything with it. I can't move it. It starts opening and unlocking things by itself. It's just a mess. But I was able to see this message that he sent me through Messenger, and it really hit home. It's about the coronavirus and about a treaty that we just signed with China. And if you guys have some time to look it up, go ahead and look it up. If you guys don't know Deuce's Wild and you don't have him on Messenger and you haven't seen this particular video that I'm talking about, you have to look it up, man. Lee, take it easy, man. He said, gotta get going. The bike's ready to ride tomorrow. Lee, you're going right. You riding? What do you mean? Are you riding like street bikes, or are you going to the desert and hitting the dunes? Oh, hopefully he didn't leave already. I'm kind of interested to know. Yes, Deuce, the video is absolutely insane. Like, I'm sitting here cooking the kids dinner, and I'm listening to this video. And it's basically what it boils down to is we signed a treaty with China saying that they would buy X amount of stuff from us. They would, isn't that right, Deuce? The treaty was about them like purchasing stuff through us, right? And buying stuff from us directly. Wasn't that kind of what the treaty was about? I believe it was. Basically a treaty with China saying you have to buy X amount of this from us or whatever it was. Huge China. The trade deal. It was a trade deal with an out clause. The out clause specifically stated that if there was an act of God pandemic that occurred during this trade deal, that the Chinese government could opt out of the deal. But at the same time, what we've realized and what we found out is that the Chinese are actually the ones who started this freaking shit. And they started it to get out of that trade. Basically killing humans in order to have an out clause and out on a deal that we did that Trump did with the Chinese. And literally 6 weeks before they actually signed the deal in Wuhan. Was it Wuhan? I think Deuce was the name of the country, or the province over there was Wuhan or Mugan. They already had 6 weeks worth of known. They knew about this for 6 weeks, basically. So the Chinese government, not only did they know about the virus, that they're potentially the ones who planted the virus. They knew about the virus, and then signed a deal with an out clause about a pandemic, knowing that there was a pandemic that was already started in Wuhan or Wuhan. There it is, Wuhan. So basically, yeah, Wuhan. So they knew about this shit, you guys. They knew about this, and they knew what this shit was doing and what its effect was on people. They let it go for 6 weeks, guys. That's 6 weeks of people living with this disease around them, going from country to country, flying back, passing this disease all to every continent on the goddamn planet. 6 weeks, you guys. 6 weeks. Unfucking real, man. Unreal. And the way the lady put it in the video, she's like, there is no, they need to be held accountable. They need to go before a world court. Isn't that what they called it? The world court, or the world. Basically, they need to go in front of, yeah, a world court. And they need to be charged, and they need to be found, they need to be held responsible and liable for this fucking outbreak and this disease. Unreal, guys. And then there was another thing. This is funny right here. There was another thing on YouTube. And basically what happened was this guy, he asked his Siri. He said, Siri, where did the coronavirus come from? Or where did the COVID-19 or 19 virus come from? And basically what Siri said before it all got shut down, and then the video got blocked and everything, Siri straight up said it was one of the governments that put out this disease, and basically it was just there to take down the population a little bit, but it got out of hand. And this is what Siri said. This is what Siri said. And if you guys know what Siri is that you talk to Siri and she talks back to you. It's a fucking bot. It is a bot. Siri is a bot. It's like your Bixby on your Android. And she basically said that one of the governments put out this virus and it got out of hand. It got out of hand way too fast, way too quick, way too fast, and the governments weren't ready for it. And the virus was put out there in order to take some of the population away. Alexa? Was it Alexa? Maybe it was. It could have been. Yes. Isn't that fucking crazy, man? When you ask your Alexa or Siri or whatever, hey, where did the coronavirus come from? Oh, the governments did it. They wanted to shorten up this massive population. They wanted to take a dent out of it. Shadow ops. Yeah, you're right. So basically what Farmer Man is saying, what Shadow Ops is saying about SARS and COVID, they're what do they call them? Hold on, it'll come to me. I was just watching an episode about this the other day. They are avian flus. It is an avian flu, and there's like some letters like WR, WY, or whatever type avian flu. That's basically what they are. They're bird flus. This is basically what these things are, is just bird flus. They're a bird flu. And the problem with bird flus is there's no antidote. There's no antivirus to this stuff. I mean, you literally have to make one for each virus. And that could take a while, man. It could take a long time to make that virus. First, you got to find the right breed of horse. You got to inject these horses with the virus. If the virus doesn't affect the animal, then that means it's building immunities. The horse is actually building immunities. And that's kind of how we make these antiviruses and antivenoms, is that way. We actually introduce it into a host, which is usually like a horse, like a thoroughbred racehorse. And then it sits in their system for X amount of months. And then when you inject the horse's blood the next time, he actually has immunities, has built immunities, developed immunities to this virus. And then they can play with that and actually get it into a form in which they can give it to humans as a antivirus. It's not what? Wait a minute. Air Marshal said that's not a bird flu. It's a bat flu. What's a bat flu? Farmer Man, here's the deal. The United States is the worst because we're being honest. Kyle, what is China still reporting as their number of infected and dead?
82,000.
So for the last 5 weeks, the United States has been increasing in numbers of deaths and infected. But China, for some reason, is still at 82,000. They only have 82,000 people. They haven't gotten one more sick person, right at 82,000. The reason that China looks or appears to have less cases than us is because they're not being honest. They're not being honest. They're not being truthful. They're not putting up accurate data. But I can guarantee you right now, China is by far the worst off. I promise you that right now. I'd put money on it, to say that China is way worse off with this fucking pandemic than we are. They're just not going to tell us. Who's that? What did he say? If you're shot, it's not corona. Roy and the captain don't have the beer virus. Yes. No. Captain Photon. He's in the CIA. Me and him were in the CIA back in Vietnam together. We got an injection back in those days, and it makes us immune to anything. I mean, we even went out and tried to get AIDS. We tried to infect ourselves with AIDS, and it just couldn't happen. Tell him about it, Photon. Tell him how we did that. Remember back in Vietnam? And then we told the Air Marshal that we gave him the same shot. We lied. We lied. We told him he got the same shot as us, and he didn't. It was basically just a massive dose of Seroquel. It's a sleeping medication that they give to the homeless people. Yes. Okay, so Ricky, I wasn't going to say, Ricky, I wasn't going to tell him. But yes, we're actually immune to everything on the planet except herpes. And the reason for that is because me and Ricky caught herpes before we got the shot. So it doesn't cure it, it just prevents it. So did that explain it right, Rick? No, those are not pills, man. Are you kidding me? God, don't say that, man. Holy fuck, man. Those fucking pain medications used to be my nemesis back in the day. No, those are Skittles. Taste the freaking rainbow, you guys. What good is that saying? See, Guniak, that's where you're wrong. Me and Captain Photon, we might look like we're like 35, 38 years old, but that's because of that shit that shot they gave us. It also made us age very slow. Like, I'm actually 70, and Captain Photon's actually 72. So yeah, that explains that, right? Hopefully. Yeah, man. Me and Ricky, we've been chilling. Me and Ricky used to fly F-100 Super Sabres back in Vietnam. Yep. We sure did. Oh, Deuce. Wait a minute. Captain Photon. Photon has bumper stickers, eh? Oh, no, you're saying you need one. Air Marshal. We got Dave Marshall in the house, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you check him out on Mondays, Air Marshal Mondays. where it will completely bullshit the fuck out of you in any way, shape, or form. No, I'm just kidding, man. Really smart dude. Really informative. As a matter of fact, I was actually gonna get a hold of Dave once I get this phone fixed and have him help me with this P51 behind me. I set it up the same exact way. I bound it the same exact way that I did the SU30, and for some reason, it's giving me safe. It's giving me one or the other. Like I'm getting safe, but I'm not getting regular. Or I can't. No, that's what it is. I'm getting safe, but I can't when I do the switch thing. And yes, I did go in and do what we did and assign the channels and did all that. I did all of that stuff. But when I go to try to assign the switch for the safe, it's not working. So basically, I'm stuck in safe all the time. Farmer man, yeah, you could help me too, man. The problem is I just got to get this phone fixed because sometimes the screen works and sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes I'll get half a screen and then nothing. What Air Marshal saying? Okay, Dave. So you said it. So what do I have to do differently with the P51 that I wouldn't normally have to do with one of the others? That's actually a good question because there might be some guys in here that purchased this E-Flight P51, which is actually a beautiful, sexy-ass plane, you guys. Safe is on a switch. Yeah. I mean, well, the problem is safe is on all the time. That's the problem right now, Roy. Is safe's on all the time. And Dave Marshall, man, he knows his shit when it comes to this stuff. And so does Skip Built. Like without Skip Built and Dave Marshall last time, oh yeah, and Shadow, I believe Shadow helped me out a bit as well. Without those guys, I never would have gotten that SU30 programmed right. Bledsoe's Trains, how you doing, man? Bledsoe, I would have to look at the book. I don't remember exactly. You know what, Dave? Let me see if I have my book here. Hold on, Dave. I think my book's right in here. Hold on. All right. Yeah, it's right here. So this E-Flight book, this book that you get with your E-Flight P51, 1500 millimeter P51, it's quite thick, you guys. It actually has a binding on it. It has a bind on it. So it's not just like a stapled together book. This is actually probably one of the nicest instruction books that I've ever seen. Okay, okay, Dave, I see what you're talking about. All right, Dave. My bad, dude. Yep. To ensure AS3X technology functions properly, do not lower rate values below 50%. And I could have messed up by doing that. Manually adjust the position of the push rods on the servo arm. Okay. Expo. After first flights, you may adjust expo in your transmitter. All right, so there's a whole list right here, guys. I totally I just didn't even look at it, didn't even see it. And there is a very specific way of setting up this radio, the transmitter, before you bind it. Also, if you have an original DX7 or DX7 or DX8, it's a different setup program, a different list than if you have the Gen 2, which I believe the one that I got from Michael Rochka is a Gen 2. So I would have to do this bottom section. And then after that, that's it, man. That's it. So I missed that completely last time. Hold on, you guys. And then general binding tips, battery installation, ESC, battery selection, safe select, the designation, analogs. Okay, yeah. Yep. It actually gives you a switch that they want you to put it on, as a matter of fact. Okay, Dave. You know, I just got ahead of myself when I was putting that plane together, and I was just kind of like binding it, thinking that it would do the same thing as the SU-30, and it's not. It's completely different. Like the SU-30 didn't say you had to have this, and this done before you actually did it. But cool, man. Like I said, Dave knows his stuff. So basically, guys, what I want to do tonight while we're on the show is, come here, motherfuckers. Let me show you what I got. Mofos. I've got these two ESCs right here, right? I got two 80 amp, big bad boy 80 amp ESCs. And we have to combine these to make one power system, one ESC. I was thinking about just building an adapter. Actually, I'll ask you guys, should I build an adapter? Should I make an adapter piece for these two? Or should I solder them together? And I will be putting this on a, oh, I gotta find it now. It's gonna be on, I gotta put it on an XT90 because all of my freaking batteries that I'm gonna be using have XT90. Let me see what we got here. Two ESCs is what I was thinking. Running the 2-3 cells farm, I don't know, man. I don't know. Because these are 80 amp ESCs. That's why. These are 80 amp ESCs. And that you can't do that. No, there's no way you could run 2-3Ss. No. I mean, you could take 2-3S batteries, run them in series, whatever, but I need an adapter for that. Yes, this is the one that I need. And because the other one, hold on, let me go check. I just need to grab a battery real quick, guys, just so I can check this this thing out. Yep. All right, so basically, guys, I gotta take this right here, and we gotta connect it. We gotta cut these wires, pull them back, red with red, black with black, and instead of having two connectors here, we're gonna make one connector. See, air marshals, correct. Both ERCs are 6S. That's right. Both of these ESCs are rated for 6S batteries. So kind of like basically these two ESCs are pretty much like the system that is in the Freewing 262, except for the Freewing 262 has two 60 amp ESCs and I've got two 80 amp ESCs. On that with two 5S batteries on 100. And here's the problem. These are only 70 millimeter motors, you guys. These are only 70 millimeters. You guys that are thinking that they're 80s, they're not. These are twin 70s, but they are the new in runners, the 2150 kVs or whatever that are out in the new 70 millimeter EDFs that Motion RC has out. Those are the new in runners that I'm using. The in runners that are in this are the newer, more efficient, more powerful ones. I could have gone with 70 amp ESCs, but I just figured if I went with 80, then yeah, it might be a little bit of an overkill, but I'd rather go with 80 and it be an overkill than go with 70 and it's not enough. The 2210s, no, they're no. They're like 21 somethings. Deuce, they're like 21 something. I don't think they're 22s. No, I don't. I guess I could actually just look at the motor, right? What did you say, Deuce? Yeah, Deuce. Yes, absolutely. Yes, exactly. Sorry, Deuce. You're right. You're absolutely right. Deuce, absolutely right. They are the 2210s. And Kevin Farrow's run the same way as the SU30. How is the SU30 ran? Mine was a plug and play, you guys, or bind and fly, or plug. Yeah, bind and fly. So I mean, literally, I have no idea how they have them run. How do they have them run in the SU30? Fuck, do I even have the fucking manual for my SU30 anymore? That's a great question. I actually, I believe I do. No, I don't know where that one's at. I don't know where that one's at, you guys. That's like one of the only ones I don't know. Shit. So you don't think wiring it up to one connector with a BEC? Gary, take it easy, man. Can actually fly that yak behind us now because I finally got the flap situation figured out, man. Those flaps, man, when you first buy that kit, the flaps are all messed up. They're weird. They're real floppy. There's a lot of play in them. I talked with Kenny. Kenny got me on the right track with it and kind of helped me figure it out and how to do it. You actually have to take the whole assembly out of the plane. It's kind of a mess. You're ripping the foam a little bit. And what messed me up is I actually had it in the back of the truck waiting for some good weather, and I hit a bump. And when I hit a bump, the plane went up in the air, and so did my bowling ball bag, and it actually ripped that flap off on the right side, the right wing. It's glued back on now, but I just have it in the down position. Nobody knows what kind of plane that is. What kind of plane? Which plane? What plane are you talking about? Oh, they're trying to figure out what kind of plane this is. Well, that's that's not fair, you guys. Hold on. I mean, in all fairness, let me give you a fair shot. Let me give you a fighting chance. Because the son of a bitch is upside down right now, and it's unless you know the plane, unless you absolutely know it. There you go, guys. Does that look more familiar? We actually have a couple of rudder servos that we have to put in this thing. Yeah, we got a couple of rudder servos to put in. And then she's actually pretty good to go. The only other thing that I really had to tackle on this was how to do the ESC. So it's an SU-57, aka PACFA, aka T-50. It could be really any of those, but I think the what do they call it? The Kalishnikov, whatever their numeral for the plane is an SU-57. But this isn't your typical LX PACFA, you guys. There's a lot of fucking extra shit done to this one. Like, this is not, I mean, this plane in its stock form would have two 70-millimeter fans in it, but these fans would be run off, I think, 40 amp ESCs. I think you had two 40 amp ESCs running two like 4,500 kV or 3,800 kV brushless outrunners. Super loud, super obnoxious, super disgusting sounding EDFs. I beefed it up, and we've actually taken the time to beef up all of the parts in the back area, carbon fiber the back end of this thing, just like RC Informer did. We did ours different than RC Informer, but still with the same results. I mean, we're going to get the same results. I just don't have as much. Like, he had a lot of his stuff was out, like, you could see it. It was exposed. You could see the work that he did. The way I did mine, by inserting them down the streams and inside of the foam and actually keeping it internal, you're not seeing as much. Did you sell your SU-30? Where is that? It's in the back of the truck, you guys. It's in the back of the truck. I actually tried taking it the other day to fly it, and my ground's just too rough. It's just way too rough. with the house being there, I can't take off the goddamn pavement anymore, which sucks. Yeah, so it's in the back of the truck as well as that that FMS Super Scorpion. It's back there too, but I have to order a new 90 millimeter fan for it. Tyler got scared, ended up throwing the radio to me while the plane was in the air. He almost crashed it twice. I took the plane. It was dark. It was like pitch black, you guys. I couldn't see a goddamn thing. I had to rely on the kids telling me whether or not the plane was coming towards me or away from me. So finally, they told me the plane's coming towards me. It's leveled out. It's moving slow. I gave it a little bit of throttle and just let the thing coast over me. I put the landing gear up and I let it land out in the tall grass. The problem is I had it on my tactic radio. And if you shut the radio off with a tactic and the battery's still plugged in to the receiver, it'll literally make the plane go to max throttle. And Kyle accidentally shut the damn thing off. It was a complete accident. He didn't mean to. And a piece of like grass or long straw or whatever, or stick, went into the intake and busted all the fan blades off the fan. But no damage other than that. The plane could actually fly if we had a new fan. Days I see you get your super. Yeah, I know, Shadow. I know. I'm still debating on whether or not I think what's going to happen is I'm going to end up keeping the Jeep, and I'm going to end up putting a RIP supercharger in the Jeep and just kind of just using the Jeep as my as kind of like my. I mean, I still have the Camaro out there that I have to mess with too, you guys. So I don't know. I think I'm just what I'm gonna do is instead of buying the Super, I'm gonna finish out the finance on the Jeep and just put my money into the damn Camaro. Oh my God! What? Now here, you guys. When I see Ruffins getting upset in the chat, there's got to be something going on weird, because Ruffins is such a mild person, and you never ever really see him getting upset. Why? What's going on, guys? That's why I have moderators for this. What's wrong with Spencer? Spencer was doing so fine. He was doing so good. What happened with Spencer? We were just talking to Spencer earlier. He's got 5 girls, man. He's a good dad. What's going on with Spencer? What the fuck is going on in my chat? Oh, shit, man. You can't run out of coconut oil, man. Oh, man. Dave, tell him about that. Dave, tell him. Bro, tell him. You cannot run out of coconut oil. I'm telling you. On everything I love, you cannot run out of coconut oil. What's up, Jeff? What's he running his mouth about? He didn't seem like that kind of a person. And let me explain something to you, man. Spencer, if these guys are saying that you're running your mouth, man, that's saying a lot, man, because we let a lot of shit go in this chat. Like, I mean, you can literally say whatever the fuck you want. So let's just try to be respectful to others, you guys. Let's just remember that everybody's got fucking feelings, right? Everybody has feelings, you know. You can't, to a degree, like Dave Marshall can go fuck himself like every day of the week. But that's a joke between me and Dave, and we know that. So, Spencer, if you're just trying to fit in, just let the guys know that you're kidding, man. Let them know that you're joking, you know, because especially when you're new, some people think that they can just run in and jump in and say what they want to say in the chat. But if they don't know you and they don't, you know, especially if it's Farmer Man, because he's a tightwad. Farmer Man always has his panties in a bunch, and you got to be careful what you say to Farmer Man, because he'll probably come kill you in the middle of the night. You got to be careful, man. Farmer Man, he's a goddamn thief. He does the Colombian neckties or whatever they're called. He passes them out for free. Okay, yeah. So yeah, man. What's up, Brian? What's going on, brother? How you doing, man? Yeah, let's just take it down a few notches, man. Spencer, we don't want you to go, man. I like whatever's going on in the chat right now. Eric, dude. Eric, are you my lead moderator or what, man? What's going on in my fucking chat party? What's going on in my fucking chat, Eric? Sorry. Yeah, man, usually everybody gets along really well in these chats, guys, so there's no need of that, man. There's no need of that. Let's all get along. Before you go suspending anybody, you guys, Farmer Man, I know you're a moderator. Everybody's a fucking moderator in my chat. But before you suspend anybody, run it through Eric first, please. Because I typically don't like to suspend no one. Period. And if anybody's going to get suspended, it's either going to be Jeff's Custom or Eric Rogers that does the suspending. Make sure everything goes through Eric Rogers and Jeff's Custom, period. If Jeff's Custom's not here and Eric's here, make sure everything goes through Eric. If Eric's not here, Shadow Ops RC. If he's not here, then make sure it goes through Jeff's Custom. And if neither one of those two guys are here, then it's Dave Air Marshal. Yeah, that's all I got to say about that. The last thing that we want is to send a potential subscriber down the road. You know, we don't want to do that. I'm telling you, what did I fucking tell you guys? Don't, Ryan is, woo! You never know. You might as well just chalk it up as he's listening. He's watching, he's paying attention at all times. Because if you don't and you slip up and you say something, got him. He is, dude. He is a super lurker. Captain Photon says if Air Marshal kicks me out, I'll fucking lose it. He said I'll fucking lose it. He is the king of the RC rats, dude, and he's always watching over his flock. So don't forget that, man. Do not forget it. He is always paying attention. If Pilot Ryan is giving you shout outs in his videos, that means that he's willing to back you up. He's willing to back up the fact he's backing up your quality as a person, as a YouTube channel. He's putting his ass on the line to letting people know that, hey, this is a good person. This is a good dude. It's a good show. There's good people. And you better bet your ass that if he's going to put his name out there like that, he's going to be watching his ass too. So you guys, he's always watching. He's always watching. Promise you, he's always watching. So if we're here representing this community as a collective, as a whole, and we're doing shit that Ryan doesn't think, well, besides that, this is Dave's RC and we just do random unorthodox shit here all the time. If you, but even in this channel, you guys, Ryan puts a lot out there and puts his name out there for us, man. We're representing Ryan. We're representing this community, and we're representing ourselves as a collective, as a whole. We need to fully understand that and grasp that and understand that. We're not trying to make people look stupid here. We're not trying to make people look like idiots. And I thought everything was fine with Spencer. I didn't really see what happened. I didn't see what he said. I'll go back in the chat later and I'll read it. It looked like you guys were having fun. Ryan says, I also like $50. All right, we'll get you $50. We'll get you $50. What was the last time we got you a hundo? Last time we got you the big hundo. Yeah, Ryan, he is like a coach. He's but I'll tell you what he is other than that is he's a good manager of people. He's a good manager of situations and of people. He'll take a situation that's escalated way too far and he can de-escalate it with just a couple of words to make you understand that, you know, what you're doing is foolish, it's ignorant, and there's no room for it here. And he'll make you understand that, like I said, with very few words possible. 420. Yes, 420. That's actually my birthday, you guys. So don't forget, Dave's RC birthday is on April 20th this month, you guys. But he must have been saying some shitty ass things, guys, because I've never seen you guys act that way before. First off, I've never seen you guys put somebody in timeout before. So I missed it. I'm sorry that I missed it, but yeah, me too, Captain Photon. I don't know what it is, but they just kind of get in the car and they're like, "Hi, here's $50," and I'm like, "Okay." Oh man. Oh. It gets kind of awkward when I make them get out of the car and I don't give their $50 back though. That's when things get awkward. Oh my God, anybody that has to deal with Dave Marshall on a daily basis, poor everyone, poor anyone and everyone. Just poor dogs, poor computer, poor air, the air that he breathed. I mean, just Jesus. God, man. So many wrongs and not enough rights. I've been wearing my charcoal Hitler. You know what? I've been wearing what? Oh my God. Oh, Jesus Christ, Dave. He said he's been wearing his charcoal Hitler. What is charcoal filtered? Oh, charcoal. Oh my God. I thought he said charcoal Hitler underwear for a minute. I'm not wearing my glasses. So he's wearing his charcoal filtered underwear. He would like to let you guys know, or he would like to let you know, Eric. Is that a thing now? Should I get some charcoal filtered underwear? I kind of feel like I kind of feel left out. Like I should have already purchased these. Captain Photon, is this something that I should already have in my collection? Should I already own these underwear? Gooniac, that's a great question. And no, no, everything with the bum it's all done. It's done. It's no more man pawn. No. I have to let you guys know though, that was probably one of the most embarrassing, most uncomfortable fucking things that any man, especially at my age, like I could have probably handled that a lot better when I was younger. For whatever reason, man, that shit bothered the fuck out of me, man. Everything about it, like having to fucking put a man-sized tampon on my booty, that was very offensive to me, and it made me angry. I don't like anything touching my ass except for some soft, silky underwear, maybe. That's about it. Oh my God, it was just the whole goddamn thing was just embarrassing from start to finish. That's what I'm talking about, dude. Deuce, I'm with Deuce, dude. I need some of these charcoal filtered underwear. Can they double as like a face mask? Like if you like go into like stores and you're in public, like you can wear them, and then you can take them off, and then you can wear them as a mask to filter the coronavirus too. So like dual purpose. Dude, my God. Oh man, I do feel a lot better. Like I mentioned some things to Eric. Me and Eric had a conversation. Me and Shadow Ops, we had a long conversation. Well, not really a long conversation, more a short conversation, but a lot of things were said in that conversation. Kind of just letting them know, you know, I just haven't been myself lately, you guys. I really haven't been myself lately, and it really takes a lot in a certain situation. It really takes a lot to push me beyond not being able to be myself, you guys, because I truly I'm a huge believer in just being yourself, and I just haven't been able to be myself lately, man. And I have my own reasons. which I'm not going to share with many people, probably anyone else. I probably won't share anything with anyone. But Eric, I talk to Eric more than anybody. Eric's a really close friend of mine, and he's one of the ones I did share my situation with. And I just really haven't been myself lately, and that's all I can say. I just haven't been myself lately. My emotions have been kind of shot. My ego was checked at the door, is what I should basically say. You know, you can rah and be a man all you want every day of the week, but there are some humbling fucking things that can happen to you in life that will just really put you in your place and make you realize that ego just, it's gonna take more than that. It's gonna take more than that rah, I'm a macho man kind of attitude to deal with some situations in life. And this particular situation just kind of floored me. Personal shit, stuff that I don't want to get into, but very humbling. And it's enough to just really fucking knock you back a peg, and make you realize just how vulnerable you are, and how weak you can be in certain situations. So that's that. I mean, and no, it's not drug related. So get that out of your minds. Just a tough. I was just put in a tough situation that would be hard for any man to just climb out of unscathed and unbothered by. So anyways, guys, you guys didn't tell me. All right, I got my soldering iron sitting here, and I really would like to do this because I want to put this back in the plane. I'm really starting to put everything back. I'm starting to put everything together on this plane, and I need to take these two ESC ends, and I need to make them one. So can I technically take these two wires, solder them together, solder the two reds together, solder the two blacks together, and then solder them to the XT90? I could do that, right? Oh, you like that? This was a gift from the wife for Christmas. Yes, I love this hat. I actually just had it dry cleaned. Actually, the wife, no, it didn't dry clean because the lady said, no, you can waste your money dry cleaning it, or you can do such and such a thing. And she gave my wife a list of things to do to the hat, and my wife did it herself, and it came out mad clean, you guys, like real clean, like the day I bought it or the day I got it. Farmer man, dude, I appreciate you coming in, man. We'll talk to you later. Shadow Ops, are you out of here? Or Shadow, you're saying yes. That Dave's RC, yes. Yeah, so yeah, that's what I'm gonna do then, guys. That's what I'm gonna do. And for whatever reason, I'm gonna have a BEC hooked up to this anyways. So an external BEC. So there's gonna be a BEC hooked up before I start covering this up and taping this up. I'm gonna have a BEC wired into this anyway. So there's really no reason. I'm flying this on 1 6S pack. It's going to be a high C rating, probably a 5,000. I'm probably not going to be able to do much more than a 5,000 in this. To be honest with you, I'm thinking more like a 4,500, and we're going to be looking at like 2.5 minute, maybe 3 minute flights. But we're also dealing with in runners as well, guys. These are not outrunners in this plane. They're both in runners, which technically are supposed to be more efficient. This is a really light plane. This plane is super light, you guys, for the power system that I have in it. Like compared to the SU-30, this thing is like a third less weight, but with the same power system. All right, guys, hold on 1 second. Let me go grab my other shit here. Oh man. So yeah, guys. Just remember, guys, when you're on top of the world and your manhood kicks in, and you think your shit don't stink, and you think that there's absolutely nothing out there that could literally make you feel less of a man. Trust me, I promise you right now that there is. I promise you right now that there is. So be humble. Be humble all the time, man, and be thankful and happy for what you have in life. And just be fucking respectful, man. That's all I can tell you. Is just be as respectful as you possibly can at all times, except to Dave Marshall. You don't have to respect that much. Just be respectful. Oh shit, man. I tell you what, man. There's a lot of you guys that I've become friends with, man. But I tell you what, man. I love the shit out of Dave Marshall, man. He kind of reminds me of my father in a way. He's an ex-Navy guy, retired Navy guy, just like my old man. So there's he kind of reminds me of my pops in a way, and I think that's why I like giving him shit. But trust me, he gives it right back. It's not like this is a one-way street, and he's pretty good at dishing that shit out himself. So. But one person that you really, honestly, in my opinion, do not want to fuck around with, guys, that's Ricky. Do not mess with Captain Photon, man. I'm telling you right now. If he like says something to you or makes a comment about you, just forget about it. Don't even just forget he said anything. That's what he's looking for. He's looking for a response. And then as soon as you give him that response, it's over, man. He's going to be at the end of your bed while you're sleeping at night. You're going to wake up and you're going to be like, and he's going to be sitting there petting your cat, looking at you. I told you, bro. And don't say I didn't tell you, because I did. I warned you. Photon is a crazy motherfucker. Oh, and if you have any questions about watches, you guys, if you have any questions whatsoever, like, and you're like looking in, but like trying to buy a watch, you're trying to figure out what kind of watch to buy, and you don't know shit about watches, like myself, I don't really know shit about watches. By all means, man, hook up with Captain Photon, bro, because he's like a freaking genius when it comes to like wristwatches. Like when I go to buy, next time I go to buy a wristwatch, I'm not sure when that'll be, but next time I go to buy a wristwatch, I can guarantee you right now, I'll be checking with Captain Photon first, man, because he has some really nice watches, you guys. Like some really sick watches. He actually just gave a watch away on my channel too. The last giveaway I did, he actually gave away a, I'm going to set that there so it doesn't fall off my leg and cut my toe off. That's a heavy ass knife right there, man. That would make Rambo proud. Yeah, Dave, our Captain Photon knows his shit when it comes to his watches, you guys. Just give me a second, guys. I'm not really looking at the chat at the moment because I'm trying to strip this wire down so we can get it soldered together. So that we can get this thing connected to an XT90, which is basically what all my batteries that are going to be I'm using on this thing. They're all going to be pretty much XT90s anyways. And then you got to fan it open like this a little bit. And then fan it up, open. All right, now we can solder that together. When you guys are soldering wires together like this, you guys, you don't want to just stick the two ends together and twist them, okay? You actually want to feather them into one another. So say if this is your wires right here and they're all sprawled out, right? You actually want to feather them into one another first, right? Then twist them. You don't want to just stick the two halves together like this and then twist them, especially with thick gauge wire like this. You want to weave it in together first, like mesh it in together first, right? Then twist it. You're just going to get a way better result with your connection and making sure that each ESC here is going to get the connection that it deserves. How many people? We still got 39 peeps in here. Farmer man, thanks for stopping by, bro. Good to see you, man. Remember, God loves you. Jesus loves you, farmer man. Jesus loves you. Nice. That's actually pretty cool. Yep. What you doing in there, Kyle? What? Oh, you're feeding the snake? Oh man, I wish I had the wireless camera. We could show YouTube. We could stream it. Actually, I think I do have a video on my YouTube channel of us feeding Sasha back when she was still alive. I don't know what made me film that day. I was like, this would be something new for the YouTube channel, for an RC YouTube channel. Just be patient with me, guys, dude. I'll be done with this in a second. I just want to get this squared away. And then, okay, that's the other thing that I need to know. So black. All right, hold on 1 second, guys. I have to go grab my battery just to make sure I got this is going to be going on right. Oh, Kitty, be careful of that. That's hot. So black is rounded and red is flat. So red goes on the flat side. Right? Again, red, flat. Yep, red is flat. Okay. And then I need my oh man. Helping hands, guys. If you're soldering anything, man, these things, so they come in such handy. They're so handy. I mean, I'm not like, I'm not a really good solderer, but I'd be a hell of a lot worse if I didn't have these helping hands. These helping hands, well, they're called helping hands for a reason. They're extremely helpful in this situation. And I love these XT90 connectors way more than, hold on, let me put this down here. These XT90 connectors, I love them way more than the EC5s. And I used to be the opposite opinion. The fact that you can actually use the EC5 and the XT90s together, they're compatible as long as you make sure that they're not too loose. And they're a hell of a lot easier to solder into. EC5s are very hard to solder, to get things to solder to. Look at that. That's one right there. Now we just got to cover it up. Yep. I tell you what, man, when I first started in this hobby, I sucked at soldering. I was so embarrassed of my soldering jobs, dude. I used to fucking drown them in black tape when I was done just so that I never had to look at them again to make sure that they never came undone. So embarrassing. Absolute shit is what it was. Just like that, guys. That's how it's done. And then we got to do the top side, which is the curved side, which is the rounded part of the XT90, which is going to be, which will be your black wires, you guys. So let's strip the black wires. I just want to finish this up real quick, guys, and then I'll jump back in the chat and we'll say our goodnights and stuff. We'll say our goodbyes. Knowing you guys are probably keeping each other wonderfully entertained, to say the least. If I know you guys, which I'm pretty sure, I think I know you guys. But here, I'll show you what I do with these thicker wires like this. You see how I've got this thing fanned out? You see how I have it fanned out? You see how I fan that out? I fan that out. Then you mesh these two together. You mesh the two wires together, both fanned out like that. Then once they're meshed together, then you twist them. You don't want to just like, especially like I said, with thicker gauge wire like this, you don't want to just take the two wires at that gauge and then just start like trying to twist them together. It's not gonna bode well for you guys. I actually learned how to solder. My father, my biological father, my real father, who was in the Navy, he's the one that actually taught me how to solder. And I'm neglecting one of his rules right now, and that's only because this is a shitty ass soldering iron, and I'm replacing it anyways. Like as we speak, I'm replacing it. It's got a replacement. There's a replacement coming, and I'm not using the wet sponge, which is a huge no-no with my old man. You use his soldering iron and you don't clean it off with a sponge. Oh my God. God help you. God help you. Hope you like your nuts attached to your body. But like I said, I've got a new soldering iron on the way. This is like actually just a really cheap like Walmart one, and it's seen better days. So basically, I have a replacement on the way, a lot better one. So I don't really care what happens to this one right now. Don't really care. Very nice. Almost done, you guys. Almost done. And then after this, you guys, after this is done, after I have this soldered up, you guys, Then all we have to do before I start covering up my wires and covering up my soldering stuff is we got to we have to wire in a BEC. That's it. That's all we got to do. That's all that's left after this is just put wiring in a BEC. And always use really good solder, you guys. Like I got this from Radio Shack, guys. It's got a really nice rosin core to it. Don't cheap out on your solder, man. I'm telling you right now, solder is important, you guys. You guys need to use good solder. If it doesn't have a nice rosin core to it, and there's, I would get something with rosin core built into it. I mean, they have stuff out there that where you have to put the rosin on yourself, and then actually this stuff's used. I would use this stuff way better. Way better. Really? Oh, what a pain in the ass. All right, so that's good. Now we just gotta add a little bit, make sure it all stays. And that's it, you guys. That's all glued on. Now we just got to put the BEC on, and we are good to go. Oh, that's perfect, you guys. That came out really good. Probably one of my better soldering jobs on an XT90. Now let's unplug this shit. Unplug that crapola. Let this thing cool off. I'm going to set it up here so that the animals don't get burned. Just like that, you guys. Oh. So that's it, you guys. Now we have our two, these are our two ends. And then over here, we have our pile. And I'm talking about our pile, dude. Look at all this shit. Look at all this shit that I bought. Look at all these extensions and Y harnesses and shit that I bought for this thing. Unreal. But I want you guys to check out these Y harnesses that I got from Motion RC. Look how long these things are, you guys. Look how long and how much length. This is pretty much a servo extension and a Y harness in one that I got from Motion RC, you guys. These things are crazy good, crazy cool, crazy awesome. I love them. When I got them, when I actually took them and unboxed them, I was like, these things are great. They're awesome. And they're going to work fucking fabulous for this application. Look at that. Because we got to Y harness these ESCs together. And just like that, bro. Look at that. Look at that. All that length, and then we have all that extra length right there so that we can make it up to the receiver. That's going to be sick. I'll tape those off. Before we go too far, though, I need to see. I need to flip this plane over real quick so that way we can do something real quick. Because we have to see real fast. Because literally, this is all we have. This was like one of the last things to do, guys, before we start buttoning this thing up and start running these wires all the way through. I am going to make this plane so that the wings do not come off, you guys. I'm not going to make them removable. I am going to actually install the wings so that they are permanently on the aircraft. I knew those fans were going to fall out. Just want to look at something real quick. Is that going to fit? All right, hold on. I got to see where this comes out. This is a very important deal right here. Oh, it does. It comes out right there. I'll be damned. Okay, so that is where it goes in. It may not look it on this model, you guys, but there's right here where these rudder servos go in. This is a rudder servo opening right here. There's a big opening for your rudder servo to go in. These are not full moving rudders like there would be on the regular FC30. It's just a rudder. So, I mean, it is what it is, you guys. And the rudders are the only hinges they're the only ones on this plane that aren't hinged on. It's a foam hinge. But there's a little hole right here. You can't really see it, right at the base of where this all goes in. And it really doesn't look like it's big enough for the ESC or the wire to go through. But that's exactly what this is for. It's for your wire to go through, you guys. You may think, oh, the hole looks a little too small. It does look too small. But the fact of the matter is that's exactly where it's supposed to go, and you're supposed to push it right through. And voila, it comes out the bottom, just like that. Oh my God, look at that. That is sick. That is so cool. I was wondering how those mounted and how they went in. Look at that shit right there, boys. I'm telling you, man. It just doesn't get any better than that. And then that goes there like that. No shit. Look at that, dude. You guys, oh my God. And they fit in perfect. Dude, these 9-gram servos from Motion RC, these free wing servos, the 9-gram Metal Gear servos, they are just an absolutely ridiculous perfect fit for this plane. They fit in these spots just absolutely perfect, you guys. It's freaking exciting stuff. It's exciting to see your projects come along and come together and come to fruition, you guys. It's really exciting to actually see them start to become what you wanted them to be in the very beginning. And this plane has not let me down. This jet has definitely not let me down at all. It's delivering in every way possible. There we go. Okay, so we gotta. So that, yeah, we got that one goes that way, and then the other one's gonna go the reverse way. And yes, here's the other one right here, the other rudder servo. Literally, the only thing delaying me from finishing this plane, guys, was these two servos. Was literally these two servos. I'm not gonna install them fully because I don't know. Well, actually, I can find that out right now. Hold on. I can figure that out right here. It's that way. That's full. It's that way. That's full. Okay, so that. All right, so yeah. Never mind. It's not really good to do that to your servos, but I don't feel like bringing my servo tester over here. And you can, honestly, you can without testing the servo at first, without actually plugging it up, you can actually find the center. You can find your center just by twisting the servo this way and twisting it this way. And wherever it stops this way, if it stops equally over on this side, then that means it's pretty close to being center. If it's not fully center when I do go to test the servos, when I test the system altogether, I'm not gonna fully install these and actually screw them in and like bolt them in. So I'll have one opportunity to fix it up and make it right before I finish up completely. Just like that, you guys. Oh my goodness, this is gonna be great, you guys. This is gonna be great. So next step after this is putting all the push rods on, like all the control arms, which that I'll be doing that like real soon, like probably real soon, like sooner than later. Yep, there it goes. Oh, that's awesome, you guys. That's gonna be great. All right, one last rudder servo to put in, guys, and then we'll say our goodbyes for the night. Hopefully you guys are behaving yourselves in the chat. I really just wanted to get something done on this plane tonight. That was like my ultimate goal. Also, we have the retract that we fried, the one main gear that we fried. We also have that on order, so not an easy thing to find. Since how they sell the set of gear. I didn't see a place where they actually just sold one gear. You actually have to buy the whole set. I was lucky enough to find a used one. What did I do with that packet? Okay, here it is. And let's see. Yep, just like that. Oh man, I'm excited, man. I'm excited that like we're getting so close to this thing being fully done. I can't wait to fire this thing up for the first time. So I got a Gooniac cinder burner from Gooniac, you guys, and it was supposed to be for my SU-30. I have decided to not put it in the SU-30, and I have decided to, instead of putting it in the SU-30, I'm going to put it in this because it's the same exact size, you guys. It's the same exact diameters for the end runners. This will all reach up to the front here, which my ESC or my receiver for this plane isn't even actually going to be up here in the front of the plane. There's actually a spot right about here underneath the plane. There's actually a hole. And that's where everything's going to be. My receiver, all the plugs to my blue box that I have that I'm using. I'm actually using a blue box in this, you guys. Similar to the one that's in the Abios MiG 17 and all the newer free-wing models. So that way I don't have a bunch of freaking Y harnesses, man. I don't want a bunch of Y harnesses. I just want to be able to plug everything into that box and then go from that box into my receiver. Oh, watch out, Crixus. I gotta go to the other side real quick. Yeah, guys, I didn't mean to bore you guys tonight, but I really wanted to get this done, you guys. I really wanted to get. I really just, I needed to get this plane done. Not so much like just for me, but just to get it out of the fucking living room, man. I'm sick of seeing it in here. And the fact that I was pretty bummed out when I realized that it was my fault that I didn't order enough servos to get the thing done. Because we would have already been done by now had I ordered enough servos and did this right from the beginning. Oh my goodness. I can't believe how well those servos fit, man. Like I honestly don't think you'd be able to find another servo, a brand of servo that fits better than that, dude. That's just crazy how well those fit in there. But yeah, like I said, these wings are actually going to be put on where they're not going to come off after they go on the first time, you guys. I'll be running carbon fiber spars down the wings here from the body into the wing, and they'll be glued in position, into position. Yeah, man, that's it. Those two are installed. Now it's just running wires to the blue box, you guys. Putting a receiver in it. We got to put a BEC on the ESC wires. And we'll be firing this thing up in no time. Guniac center burners going on it. That's going to look pretty sick. It should be the only LX packfaw out there that I know of that will have Guniac center burners in it. But what do we got? 10 almost weighs 2. Wait a minute. Which A10 is? Come on, Chris, just back up, man. Stop breathing on me. Come on, go lay down. Go lay down. Go. Come on, go. There you go, lay down. Good boy. Which A10 weighs almost 200 pounds? He said the A10 almost weighs 200 pounds. Yeah, that's right, Jermaine. Fiery booty. We got fiery booties for days, bro. Yeah, so I actually won that on Dave Air Marshall's giveaway. Guniac gave a bunch of these away that night. I was actually the winner. I've never won anything in my entire life, besides my life, and I guess that's a pretty good win. But it just so happens that the dimensions are exactly the same for the in runners that are on this, that are on the SU30. And I just think that they'll look sick on this packfaw. So I decided to put the fiery booty on the packfaw with the, oh, it's going to look sick. It's just going to look sick. Like, I've never seen one of these with afterburners in it, with a fiery butt in them. So it'll be something new, something that I haven't seen, something that nobody's seen. Link, please. What is Mike Keller's asking for a link, you guys, a link for something. Kept quarter scale, 1v2, holds 4 gallons of liquid fuel. Wait a minute. Did you guys catch the quarter scale A10? That's what he's talking about. It's 200 pounds. Holy shit. A quarter scale A10. Okay, it's a quarter scale. So does that make that, is that an RC plane, or is that something that someone actually flies and sits in? Because I've seen these quarter scales before. I've actually seen quarter scales and like third scales. And these people are actually flying these sons of bitches. They're actually in them. Pull the red wire off one BEC and tape the ESC leads. Yes, pterodactyl. Exactly. Yes, that's exactly what's going to happen. It's a turbine, Dave. Yeah, but is it a RC turbine, or is it something that someone actually can get in and fly it? Because quarter scale, I mean, what was the size of that P-51? Was that? I'm trying to think if that was a 2/3 scale. No, never mind. It's got to be RC. Fiery booty. for all your fiery booty needs. Look up Goonie X Center Burners. That, I repeat, Goonie X Center Burners. Do not miss out. Buy one, get one free right now. If you buy one fiery booty, you will get one for free. Actually, I don't know. I'm totally bullshitting about that. But you know where to get them. Goonie X Center Burners.com. Says, hey Dave, can I premiere my latest video at 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time? What time is it? What time? Well, yeah, absolutely. GB, absolutely, bro. Absolutely, man. Like I said, I'm ready to go. I was about ready to say my goodbyes. And all right, so first off, guys, let me go. This episode brought to you by Goonie X Center Burners, guys. If you want your butt to be fiery and you want your booty to be glowing, then get yourself a Goonie X Center Burner. Probably one of the better quality ones that I've seen on the market. I haven't had an issue with any of mine. I think I've got 3 of them. This is my 3rd one now, and all of mine work great. What else do I got for you? Okay, so you guys, tomorrow night, Pilot Ryan. Pretty sure that he's got something nice for us. Usually does. I haven't watched his video. He just put out a new video recently. I think it's him and Bobby Boucher flying their Su-30s together. So I haven't seen that video yet. I was going to watch it earlier, but I was like, no, I'll watch it later when I have more time to actually check it out and actually enjoy the video. So don't forget tomorrow, you guys, the Pilot's Lounge with Pilot Ryan, Pilot Ryan Media. Like I said, he usually has something pretty cool for us. Then we got Sundays. The Berry Boozers usually have something going on Sundays, you guys. 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Air Marshal Mondays, guys. If you don't go and watch Air Marshal Mondays, you're not missing much. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, Dave. Awesome show, guys. Like I said, Dave's real knowledgeable. And he's real soft-spoken, so it's kind of like he's telling you a bedtime story as you're watching a show. And by the time you know it, you're asleep, and the show's over. So, but super cool show, man. I'm glad Dave's doing it. I'm glad that he got into it and started doing it. And then on Tuesdays, you guys, Bledsoe usually has something going on, but then there's Raven Rock and Jeff's Custom RC. They have their show that they do now on Tuesdays. And it's pretty cool, you guys. I've been to 2 or 3 of their shows that they've done, or I've been in them, 2 or 3 of them. They're awesome, you guys. They do a really good job. It's well formatted, well put together. And you got 2 of probably the coolest guys in the community actually doing the show together. So it's interesting. It's cool to say the least. And then Josh Weaven and GB Linden, on Wednesdays, guys, their Hump Day. That's what they call their show, the Hump Day or Hump Day. And then on Thursdays, guys, you got Kenny, Hanger 51, you guys. Like I say every week, he will literally stay up and until there's nobody left in his stream. He will not end the stream until everyone's gone. And then Fridays, guys, back here again with me. Again, like I said, next show will be episode 50, but technically it'll be 52. And then the show after that will be our 1-year anniversary of the show, you guys. So if you guys miss out next week, definitely don't miss out the week after that. I might have something special for you guys. So right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to end the show, you guys. I appreciate every one of you guys coming and hanging out with me. We're getting real close to getting this pack pot finished, you guys, and I'm excited. I think it looks amazing. The paint job came out really sick on it. I spent a few days doing this paint job on this thing. Not really hard, using the paper towel trick. It's actually pretty simple to do. It may look difficult, but it's not. It was probably one of the easiest paint jobs I've ever done, by using Jeff's Customs RC, his wet paper towel trick. Super easy. But yeah, guys, GB Linden has a premiere that he wants to do. What time is it? Kyle, what time does it say out there? 11:43. So that would be 11:43, 9. What would that be? 3 hours. So that's So like that's actually pretty soon. So actually you're gonna go pretty soon then, GB. Okay, so yeah, guys, GB wants to do a premiere on his channel right now. Make sure you guys run over there. I'm gonna be over there. I'm actually gonna sign on over there as soon as I'm actually done here. Go over and check out GB Linden's channel right now. He's about to drop a premiere on a video of his. I'm excited to go watch that. I appreciate you guys coming. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. If there's something that I have to send out to you guys, Ethan, just know that I just sent out Eric's stuff. So I'm just trying to tackle it one thing at a time. So I just sent out Eric's stuff. Your stuff will be next, Ethan, and then I'm sending out Roy's little cub or whatever it was, whatever that little E-Flight plane is that I have in there, that little tiny micro plane that I got for Roy. That'll be the third thing sent out. But that's all I got for you guys tonight. Make sure you join us tomorrow night at Pilot's Lounge. I'll be there. Be there, be square, guys. I'm Dave. This is Dave's RC. Thank you for joining me on episode 49 of Toe the Line. I'm out of here, guys. Peace. Wait a minute. GB, this is the premiere. Oh, okay, GB. Okay, so check it out, you guys. GB, before we get out of here, GB Linden just left a link to his premiere. So make sure you guys hit that link and get over there and check out GB Linden's premiere. Peace out, guys. Dave's RC.